Folks, hello and welcome to the Naren Agarwal Show. If you care about finance, learning about finance, and you don't know anything about finance, you've landed on the perfect episode with the perfect person who's my guest. In this episode, we're going to be talking about finance for non-finance people. I am somebody who has no idea, who has no background of finance, and I'm building mine. And I have the perfect person to help us, guide us through learning about finance because it is one of the most important things everybody, working professionals, young entrepreneurs, old entrepreneurs must know. With me, I have India's leading cash flow coach. He's an author, trainer, rank holder, chartered accountant, 21 years of experience in finance, served over 15,000 business owners in India, USA, Canada. He is also the founder of an amazing portal called JSA Online, which helps thousands of business owners in creating cash flow. Mr. Jagmohan Singh has dedicated his life to helping people run a profitable and cash-rich business. And I'm so happy to have him. Jagmohan ji, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Naren, for having me here in your show. Thank you.
Jagmohan ji, I love your background. There's a quote in the background. For those who can't see it, it says, "A little progress each day adds up to big results."
Yeah, that is really the journey of life. A little progress every day adds a big result. That is journey. That is life is all about.
And in finance, we call that compounding, huh? Exactly. So, Jagmohan ji, before we get started and we learn about finance, etc., I want to ask you, what made you interested in finance? How did you get into this world? Why are you interested in finance?
I landed up in finance specifically when I started my graduation. I did my graduation from Delhi University, Guru Gobind Singh College of Commerce. There in the commerce field, I actually developed a love towards numbers. And then while doing the first year of graduation, I started my foundation in CA, and there numbers get mingled with finance and law. That made it so tasty, so amazing. Like these numbers can produce money in life, reality. You can touch and feel this money with this number. That is how like my first love got started.
That's amazing. I've never heard somebody say that, but that's so true. In finance, numbers meet law and business, and that's a very unique way to look at it. Jagmohan ji, why are you on this mission to help people and business owners create profitable and cash-rich business? Why is this mission important to you? Why does it drive you?
Actually, it is so important because the roots are so deep, and I have personally like experienced every moment of it, the pain and the struggle. See, I born in the year 1978, and my father started business in the year 1978. Here I'm growing as a human being, and there my father who started the business in electronics was dealing these aspects. The moment I'm 4 year, 5 year, 6 year, 10 year, on the lunch table or on the dinner table, there was some discussion around the business. Like we have a joint family, so in the joint family it is very very normal to have business discussion at home.
So true.
So I could see like sometimes my father is so happy and sometimes my father is angry, sometimes frustrated, sometimes jumping with the joy. I very curiously asked my mom, "Ki, what happened to dad today? And why is so angry?" Say, "No, there is some problem of cash flow in the business. Money is not coming and that is why he's angry. Don't worry, tomorrow some payment will come, he will be happy." So that way, so I was just thinking, why would it so happen that business always flooded with the cash flow so that there remain a peace of mind in the life of the business owner and the wife and the children and the family, society, country, the world at large. That is so much of deep root in the happiness, joy and peace this business contains. So from there it got started.
Wow, I think this is awesome. Most people don't realize, and only people who are in business, I think, realize, because from the outside, people think someone is doing business, they are very easy, it's very easy, they are so rich, everything is great. But I think people who are in business realize the struggle of cash flow, of managing, of running out of funds and having to make payments and all this hassle. I think only business owners can relate exactly to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Um, and maybe people who are not in business can relate to this in their personal life.
Yes.
When credit cards are out of payment and your salary has not come.
Right. Yes, yes. And that is really a very, very painful experience. For example, if the business is not running well, the employee are not getting the salary on time, their credit card EMI will get hit badly on them, and it is a complete vicious circle. So salary and business are not like separate world. They are interconnected, totally interconnected. Cash flow of the business impact the life of every human being working in the company.
Wow, this is powerful. So, Jagmohanji, since you have so much experience in this field and somebody who's listening to this, we don't have an idea of finance so much. And even if people who have an idea, they are not able to successfully do management. They know a lot of theoretical stuff, but how will they practically implement? So, I want to get into this. Firstly, I want to talk about the personal finance aspect of it. How can someone who's working and who draws a salary, or who's even in a business and draws a salary, how can they have some sense of mastery over their personal finance and sustain that?
Absolutely. The first and the foremost important aspect in cash flow, I always say, is your personal finance.
Okay.
When you personally, like when you fly in the aeroplane and they say use your oxygen mask first and then help other. Equally important here that our personal finance. I have devised a strategy around that. Are you interested to know that?
Of course.
Let me tell you. So there is a term called financial freedom account.
Okay.
So everyone need to have one saving account, normal saving account in the bank, and now dedicate that saving account and call it financial freedom account. What
Okay.
does that mean? This single account is going to eliminate all your cash crunch problem of the life. You need to follow a step. Step number one,
Okay.
open a saving account. Now, decide a figure of a recurring deposit, RD. RD means like you make a fixed investment every month. Decide an amount. For example, you decide that I will be saving 10,000 rupees per month.
Okay.
Start with on a very lower side. To start with 10,000, 5,000, whatever the amount, 2,000 or 1 lakh or 50,000, you decided 10,000 per month. Now, multiply this figure with 6. If it is 10,000 multiplied by 6, it becomes 60,000.
Correct.
Now, this saving account should have a balance of 60,000 to start with. This saving account, which means like if you are doing the job, you are getting salary, and start investing 10,000 per month in your saving account. Right now, I have not invested somewhere else. I'm just accumulating this money. And there may be chances that you are getting some windfall game or getting money from anywhere. Your target is to make it 60,000. So once your financial freedom account has the minimum balance of 60,000 rupees, now the game begin here. What you will do, you will actually start the RD, recurring deposit. Now you will approach your bank or post office or wherever you want to invest, or share market or equity market or index fund, like fixed amount of 10,000. Now it will start automatically hitting on a fixed day of the month. Now you will ask me, Jagmohan, why like for 6 months reserve you have got created in my saving account? See, now you have a cushion for 6 months. That means to say you have already funded the sufficient money, and now every month when the EMI will hit for the investment RD, you have sufficient time of 6 months to think to generate more and more and more money. So that way you got a purpose. The beauty of this aspect is once you start is start and forget. Your target is only to keep maintain the balance of that account to rupees 60,000 itself. This is the starting point. Now what will happen? So whatever the further salary, money, business income, director salary or interest on loan or rental, any other income that you are earning from your active source, now 10% of that money will always go into this financial freedom account.
Hmm.
Okay, so now this account start having balance 60,000, 70,000, 90,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh. Like this has a amount. One thing is sure that one 10,000 EMI is automatically going. Apart from that, there is an accumulation of other money. The nature of this financial freedom account is that it will always be used only for the purpose of investment to make you rich. Whatever the interest earning that we are receiving on this financial freedom account will also be reinvested. Now, by that way, what is happening, you will be applying a principle of 25 by 25 by 50. Now, 25 means 25% of this fund is in the safe fund, like RD or fixed deposit, or let it be in saving account. 25% of the money you are going to put into the booster. When I say booster, it means to say equity, 100% risk. If the whole money is burned out, no problem, because this booster gives the highest rate of interest. You remember during this April 2020 pandemic, the share market crashed like anything, and those people who moved from safe fund to risky fund and then taken back the money and again put back to safe fund, they have earned
A
huge
lot.
amount of
Yes.
return, around 62% per annum basis return. Okay, remaining 50% to be utilized for the purpose of real income, real estate. Real means property, or real can be gold, or real can be anything like commodity that is real. So that way, whenever you look at your financial freedom account, there is an amazing sense of satisfaction and peace of mind for your mind and brain, and that gives you the enthusiasm and an encouragement to generate more and more active income, because whenever there is a backup, because your mind is absolutely clear, I'm making a saving, I'm investment is getting created. Albert Einstein, law of compounding. So by this way compounding has started. If you will put into the calculator, you will see if the same process gets continue, so you will be end up in making your principal will be say x amount, and your compounded interest will be 100 x. So
Wow.
that habit get developed. So my suggestion for personal finance is financial freedom account.
Wow. Okay, Jagmohanji. So there's a lot of details, and I want to make sure we got this correct. This is awesome. This sounds like a very unique system. So number one thing is to open a separate account for savings. What
Yes.
most people are doing is they're the same account, they're spending money from it, their expenses are from that account, they are getting money into that account. So you're saying for saving, there has to be a separate account.
Right.
The only outflow from that account, that means the only expenditure from that account will be into an investment. You cannot
Yes.
go buy a car, you cannot go buy clothes from that account, right?
Correct.
So a
Correct.
dedicated financial freedom account,
Hmm.
right? And from that account, you are saying that you have to just decide a number, what you're comfortable with in the beginning, and get 6x reserves. So if I start with 10,000, I need to build a 60,000 reserve. After we have built the 60,000 reserve, every month from that account, we start investing 10,000 into some form of investment, whether it's in a mutual fund or some other fund. And
Right.
then apart from that, we start watering or putting more money into this financial freedom account by
Yes.
taking 10% of our active income, the monthly income that's coming.
Yeah.
10% will go into this active income. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Correct.
Awesome. This reminds me of a book that I read, Richest Man in Babylon. And the person, he says, the richest man in Babylon, he says that, the number one rule to getting rich is you have to pay yourself first. So the person asking the question was, what does that mean? Pay yourself first. I always, the whole money I earn, it's for myself. He says, no, you pay to the barber, you pay to the butcher, you pay to the tailor, but you have to pay yourself first. So you have to take 1/10 of every rupee and put it somewhere separate and pay yourself first. So this reminds me of Richest Man in Babylon and how you have to pay yourself first in the financial freedom account.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So now I want to revisit the 25, 25, 50 rule. So all the amount that is accumulated in the financial freedom account, you're saying uske baad we have to make that into three parts,
Yes.
right? So the first part will be 25% of the money in safe liquid assets like a fixed deposit, something
Yes.
like that. The
Correct.
second will be in more risky, but higher return potential um, assets, right? So that could be in the stock market, buying maybe a Tesla stock or something,
Yes.
some crazy cryptocurrency. I don't know. And
Correct.
then the rest 50 will be in safer and real tangible assets like real estate, like property or gold or
Yes.
silver or anything else. Is that correct?
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Because whenever this pipeline concept get developed and the money start getting accumulated, saving account gives nothing. It gives only 3% return to us. And there is an inflation. Inflation ranges from 6% to 9%. Keeping money only in the saving account will erode everything. It will erode everything. If I will keep on doing the fixed deposit, then I will have a limited 6% rate of interest. So I need to have a booster, and this booster is a risky account, and that will make you the master of money.
Wow. This is an intricate system. Folks, re-listen to this if you need to, but absorb this because this can be very powerful. A dedicated personal financial freedom account. This is awesome. Anything else that you want to speak about in terms of the financial freedom account?
Financial freedom account, those who have started 5 year back or 10 year back. See, I'm into this practice for last more than 21 years. See what happened with me. I just want to tell one thing. I started this practice when I first listened to Robert Kiyosaki during that time. He has a very amazing book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Let the Money Work for You. And I heard Tony Robbins and all the amazing people during that time. I was 21 year of the age at that time. So I was not able to understand fully the way some of you may not be able to grasp fully. But I did one thing. I trusted these financial experts and I started doing a mutual fund investment regularly every month. See what happened after 5 years of my CA practice, an opportunity came to me. So I was operating from an office, and somebody said one office is available for sale. Suddenly, I get reminded 50% in real estate. So I said, okay, show me what is the opportunity. When I come to know about that opportunity, then I thought I need to make a initial bayana payment. So from where that money will come? The moment I looked at my that financial freedom account, in 5 years there was a sufficient appropriate money, and I become suddenly an owner of a real estate office. And you know what happened thereafter? Immediately I given that office on a rent, and a fixed rental income started coming. I decided now the rental income, this money will be going into this financial freedom account only, and I increase the amount of the RD. So this cyclic aspect is always growing, growing, growing. And one of the time I was in a need of money. For some reason, I was in a need of money. I already have a real estate, and there was rental income coming. I approached to bank. I said for temporarily I need this much of money. The bank said, okay, you can get it a LAP, loan against property. Oh my God. That meant to say my real estate is again a liquid asset available to me. I took that money for some time, utilized it for whatever the purpose I wanted to utilize it, and then I later repaid the loan. At the same time, I'm having liquidity, I'm having real estate, I'm having rental income. So what else you want? It is working automatically. This is the amazing part of financial freedom account in my life.
Wow, this is such a great story, Jagmohanji. I think a lot of us we don't understand the power of what exactly is written. A little saving every month in a recurring basis is so much more powerful than this one time you save a bunch of money. The habit of regular consistency is so powerful.
Yes, yes,
I've seen so many people who say a higher salary will help me be richer, etc. But as soon as the salary goes higher, your expenses go higher and you don't end up saving. And you're never able to save, even though your salary has gone up 10x in 10 years because you didn't start the habit of saving regularly every month and shaving something off and putting it into, as you say, the financial freedom account.
the moment our salary increases or our business income director salary increases, At the same time, our emotions get increases as well. And we start investing. Let's go to a Goa trip and spend this much. Let's go on a travel on EMI. Travel on EMI is like a killer, like a killer. We say, okay, my salary has got increased. Let's go to Europe. And the package is for rupees 10 lakh, no problem. Salary increase, additional salary I will be utilizing for repaying the travel that I'm going to do today. Completely collapse. So emotions need to be controlled. If you decide ki, okay, now salary has got increased, I will definitely go to Europe, but I will go to Europe after say 7 months, 10 months, 8 months, and let that incremented salary be in the financial freedom account itself. And then you will say, you will be able to get the package deal or the negotiation, or there are so many aspects are available. You will be able to do that. But on the foundation, financial freedom account is like a magnet. It's a magnet. It is attracting money, and universe start sending, I don't know money from where. It become a larger magnet and a larger magnet and a larger magnet, and money begets money. Larger the magnet, larger the money attraction power it has. So this is how it works.
Wow, this is awesome. That's a great insight into personal finance and financial freedom account.
Yeah.
Now, Jagmohanji, I want to transition and start talking about business finance a little bit, because that's also a big area of finance that a lot of business owners who, after their engineering, their computer science, they have startups. But this is the area that they really struggle in, finance. And people who have studied also finance, they struggle in practicality. They know the theory of it, but how to actually manage finance in day to day, how to avoid cash crunch. So I want to talk to you about this. How can someone master business finance and financial management in business?
Right. Let me tell you one aspect. When I talk about finance for non-finance in the business to manage, let's understand the vehicle first. See, the money is coming in and going out from a bank account. Every business has a bank account. Your customer is making a payment, coming in bank. You are making payment to somebody, going through bank. So that channel. So I always say to people, to manage the finance, first of all, let's have a proper structure. Just like an engineer create the structure of a machinery and the outcome is natural. Just like an architect create the map of the building like Burj Khalifa, and that it come into existence in the due course of time. Similarly, we need to create the map, which is very simple. You know what is that? It is opening 4 bank account. It is called 4 bank account system. 4 bank account. When I say 4 bank account number 1 is inflow account. Account number 2 is payable account. 3 is expense account, and 4 is cash reserve account, inflow account. So you will dedicate 1 bank account where only the inflow of money will come. Your customer is making payment, either making online, RTGS, giving a check, or by whatever the way you are getting the money. If you have a like bakery shop, you are getting a money in the cash, it will get deposited into the bank. All the inflow will get deposited into this bank, and this will be the inflow account. In case you are having an overdraft or CC facility from your bank, then overdraft or CC account will become your inflow account. So that the money, when it is coming into this account, the interest will be absolutely less. Inflow account. Another second account is payable account. Payable account means whenever you need to make a payment to your vendor for the purchase of material or goods or the services, so whichever the bills have come, you will make a aging report of those people, and oldest bill will be paid on a periodic basis. For example, you decide that every Monday I will make a payment, or once in a 15 days I will make a payment. So the calculated amount that need to be paid to the vendor must be paid from the payable account. For example, the amount works out to be 15 lakh rupees. Transfer online from inflow account to payable account, and from payable account make a payment to the respective vendor.
Nice. So every 15 days, every 1 week, you decide, let's say I have to make payment of 10,000 this month,
Yeah,
or this week. Then since your inflow account has all the cash,
yeah,
payable account is zero right now, there's no cash in it. You will take the
Yes.
exact amount, the 10,000 from your account number one and put into account number two, and through the account number two, you'll make a payment.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Why not pay it through account number one itself?
Number one, financial control. See, what will happen if the money is coming in this account and going from this account? So there will not be any physical control of the cash.
Hmm.
We will have to depend upon the accounting department or the clerical thing. Bank is reconciled, bank is not reconciled, this that or not, a delay in updating the document. See, like you are an engineer, you are a technical, like you want everything on the background on a very very simple way, in simple way. So irrespective of the fact that the accounting is completed or not, irrespective of the fact that there are other challenges, fundamentally you have controlled the money. Secondly, you have the complete control on the inflow. You may have to share your password with your team or delegation of authority. So you are giving only that much of amount that need to be given to the people on the same day. So the chances of fraud is eliminated.
Wow, this is a very powerful point.
And the beauty is you can delegate the power of expenses by putting the money in the third account. The third account is expense account.
Okay.
In the expense account, all the expenses like salary, electricity, telephone, and any other expenses. So in this account also, you will decide a periodicity, either Monday or 15 days or once in a month. The amount required will be transferred to the expense account and it will be paid automatically from there. You also can have like auto debit facility for the payment like electricity and all that. Now inflow money is going to the expense account. So that way, now this account can further be delegated to the organization hierarchy. That way, all the time, you will be rest assured in the business in your mind that all the money is there in the inflow account and that is safe, intact, and you have the control on that.
Oh, wow. So this is powerful. So inflow account, all the money comes in. Then there is two accounts that we've spoken so far. The second account is the payable account. Payable account is a variable cost account. All the variable costs like paying to vendors or some things, etc. The third
Right.
account is the expense account, which is the fixed cost of a business. Regardless of if you make sales or not, you have to make salary payments, you have to make rental payments, you have to make electricity and telephone payments. So the
Right.
expense account is the third account. So
Right.
money comes from inflow, goes to payable as required, goes to expense as required. Perfect.
Right.
And
Yes.
then there is a fourth account.
That is the most important and the real account of the business.
Okay.
It's the
I'm
most
curious to know.
that account is the reason why you are doing the business, and that's where the growth success of the business exists. And the name of that account is cash reserve account. You decide in advance. For example, your net profit is 10%. Collection comes to you, you will be transferring a specified percentage of the collection itself to your cash reserve account. That means to say, if you are selling the item for 10,000 and that costs you 8,000, a total collection of 10,000 comes to you. Now 8,000 is being retained here only in the main account, 2,000 will be transferred to cash reserve account. And this is how your profit will become visible.
Wow. Okay, this is very powerful. For those who are into business, you can probably understand this sounds tough, but this is really powerful. So Jagmohan ji, you're saying every time I receive a payment, let's say I receive a payment today of 10,000.
Yeah.
I will take a certain amount, 5%, 10%, and put it into the net profit immediately.
Yes. Yes. Maybe that day, maybe weekly, you can give a standing instruction to your accountant that every Monday transfer the 10% of the collection to the cash reserve account. So if you want daily, you can do daily, whichever the way you like.
Okay. So
This
you're literally
solves
taking out a certain percentage of profit and putting in the whole separate account.
whole separate account. See that the principle of separate accounts always works amazingly. See what happens is profit should only be utilized for the purpose of reinvestment into the business. See, you are saying that your business is amazing. Your business is earning 35% or more return on investment. All other business like Tata, Birla, Reliance, they are earning 22%. And you say, no, I'm earning more. So I would like to reinvest this money into my business only. So if you are reinvesting, it should be visible. It should be like based upon the calculation. Your finance people and you in the board of meeting decide, okay, how much is the cash reserve? 10 lakh. Okay. So either you will take out this money and invest in the FD, or you will invest in real estate, or you will invest in equity, or otherwise you are not doing outside your business. That means to say your business is giving more return. Only in that case you will be reinvesting that money into your business. This will guarantee the success of the business. Why? Because generally what happen, on the one hand, our customer is delaying making the payment. We are buying the material and money is being kept in the stock inventory everywhere. No reserve is getting created. There is a profit in the books of account, but we don't know where exactly the money is.
There's no cash profit. It's not tangible. It's just in the accounts.
It's just in the account and it is invisible, and everybody is fighting. Where is profit? Where is my profit? Where is my profit? So the moment you decide that I'm going to reinvest in my business, otherwise you will waste in making the payment of like some regular routine expenditure of the business, and expenditures are not getting stopped in the business. Customer payment is it is just like evaporated in the business itself. So every board meeting you will take a conscious decision that this much of reserve has got created. The moment you will start following this principle, it is called the profit first principle. This way in the business there is a complete physical control on the cash flow. Physical with the inflow, payable, expense, and the cash reserve account.
Wow. This is powerful. Taking out a percentage of the profit in every receivable and putting into the cash reserve account. And that's a whole separate account where you start building cash reserve. So then let's say you start building cash reserve month on month or week on week after every payment. What do you do with the cash reserve?
Okay. So there are rules. In the board meeting, you will decide the rules of the cash flow where it can be utilized. What I suggest to my business owner friends, number one, if you have a desire to run a debt-free company, then this cash reserve will be utilized to be a debt-free company, like repayment of loan. That is the one aspect. Second aspect is you want to expand your business. That means to say your company need further working capital. So there will be a conscious decision to increase, to buy more variety of the item to be kept in the business, and ROI expected on that working capital will be calculated. That means to say you will be reinvesting in your own business only. Third aspect is creating a real estate in your business or outside your business. And the fourth one is creating a safe fund or an equity fund to be withdrawn from the business and to be invested in the name of the promoter and director, so that the net worth of the complete promoter group start getting increased. So these are the parameters. The fundamental principle is that cash reserve will be utilized only for the specified purpose and not for any general purpose, to just to manage the operating expenses of the company.
Nice. I like that. That's the difference. Operating expenses are from the inflow to the payable and receivable, to the payable and expense account, but cash flow is actually doing what the business is supposed to do, generate a surplus and income for the future of the business and its owners and the promoters.
Which means if I'm not able to manage my operating expense of the business from my payable and expense account, it means something is wrong there. Let me connect with you the two very powerful community in India. One is the Baniya community and the Marwadi community. I really salute them. Like there is some DNA in their blood. It's already in their blood. The way you utilize that, if you see that there is a Tijori system they are using.
Yeah, what is the Tijori system? I've seen this with my grandfather because I am from a Marwadi family, and Marwadis are known for business and like really handling their finance very well. So yes, what is the Tijori system? I want to hear from a CA. How does a CA look at the Tijori system?
So I got an opportunity to work with many such business owner. So what they used to do is see whatever the inflow is coming to them. So if the mobile phone has been sold for say rupees 10,000, 2,000 is my profit, 8,000 my cost. Now 8,000 will be kept in front of that tijori in front, and 2,000 will be kept in the upper case. On the upper case, there is a statue of Ma Lakshmi, and now
What is the wealth?
after paying homage to Ma Lakshmi and with very, 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 very respect of manifestation, that extra 2,000 will be kept in the separate corner. And with the complete puja, it will be closed. Now it means like with your kripa, the profit has been earned. My money is lying intact there. Now there will be another deal, another deal, another deal. This profit will be utilized for the purpose of the expansion. If some vendor come, sir, payment de do. Okay, let me see, open the tijori. If in the operating place rupees 8,000 is available, so expenditure will be made only to the extent of 8,000 and not that 2,000 which is kept in the upper tijori. So this is a physical control.
Wow. So they were actually following a system in through the Tijori or the treasure box. Similar system as you saying
Yes.
with modern bank accounts.
Absolutely. And today we don't have tijori in our, we don't deal in cash. So we deal with the bank. So that is why we can say we have a group of 4 account, and every account is a separate cabinet of my tijori.
Yeah.
Inflow, I'm keeping all the money, transferring to the payable account and expense account and cash reserve account. This is how India was number one, is number one, and will always remain to be number one in the money management area.
I think overall, exactly, India has a huge savings rate compared to any other country. Of course, that
We,
is changing with consumerism, but I think India in general is a very highly saving population.
yes,
Um,
you look at any country, like you go to Canada or you go to America, you go to any part of the country, you will see Indians are ruling everything, specifically in terms of money. They will make out the money.
so true. Jagmohanji, so great. We learned about the personal finance, financial freedom account. Then we talked about the 4 account system in business and how to
Yes.
create financial freedom in business. And this is a great framework for people who are not from finance, but start operating. So practical to master finance. Um, when it comes to business, you're really into cash flow. You want to make people generate cash flow because people only see profits in the books, but they never see tangible profit. They never have cash. Business owners, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So what is the cash flow management? What is the way to manage cash flow?
Right. To manage cash flow, so I'm going to give you a framework. So it is called cash flow framework. So it will cover everything. Everything means everything. So cash flow framework has the 4 area. Number 1, business model. Number 2, cash flow model. Number 3, cash reserve. And number 4, 6 jar system.
Okay.
Only 4 things. The person who is in his personal finance is managed, his business is managed, everything is managed just by following the cash flow framework. So when I say business model, I mean to say the framework like this. The business model. First of all, is my business model is profitable? Like what product or service I am dealing into? Now, what is the selling price? What is the cost price? What is the margin I'm getting in that business? So, is it scalable? So what are the variety of items I'm dealing with? So, I need to be focusing on the highest GP margin product. At the same time, low GP margin product can also be there. But what is the business model in all about? So, we need to set it right first. But nobody would like to open the workshop of repairing a car on the 3rd floor because car cannot go to the 3rd floor. It's a business sense. Similarly, you decide of any business model. Okay, Jagmohan, I will be point to open a workshop. Then how about I should do? So my point here is that we should very logically and clearly make out and work out on a piece of paper how my business model is going to look like. In simple word, what is my revenue stream and what is my cost stream? Revenue minus cost is equal to profit. So your business need to be profitable. Inflow minus outflow is equal to cash flow. So cash flow should be positive. So that is why in the business model, I always say run a profitable and cash rich business. How come profitable? Revenue minus cost is my profit, inflow minus outflow is my cash flow. So that model need to be designed just like an architect create a map of his business. So that map must be created on the piece of paper.
So this is the business model aspect of it.
Yes, I have seen Naren, many business owner, they just started the business because they wanted to do the business. Like one day there was a shortage of water in Delhi, so somebody started supplying mineral water and drinking water, this water. He did not realize that what kind of problem he will end up into. The moment there was a little slow aspect of demand, and he was end up in so much of debt and vanished away. Not only his life gone, his parents all money saving everything gone, and they decided he never will do business in life, never ever will do. Like they are vanished forever just by doing from passion.
That's so true. I think I hear a lot of people, I see a lot of people saying, oh, there is a demand for this. Let's start the business. Just a demand does not mean a business. There can be a demand for something, but if you cannot generate profit out of it, and if the business cannot be sustainable in itself,
Yeah.
then if there is not a profitable and cash rich business model, there's no point of doing the business, even if there's a demand for it, right? There is
Oh,
a
yeah.
demand. There is a demand for people coming and cutting grass for you, but does not mean you can always make money off of it. So you got to also work the back end and the business model. So this is an amazing point.
Yes, and there are two live examples. Since I'm day in, day out working with the business owner, and people come with so many business models, I have seen like in April 2020 when there was a lockdown and there was a need of this face mask and kit and all that PP kit. People were sitting at home. They started anything and everything. By considering that the population of India is 130 crore and there will be huge demand, the chemist shops were flooded with the free mask. And those who had started those mask and PP kit business completely evaporated because the business model was not created. That is one of the example. And another example is the e-vehicle, e-rickshaw, specifically importing from China. And there was a time that everybody was importing e-vehicle from other states, considering that now all manual pulled rickshaw will be evaporated and e-rickshaw will be working. Those businesses are vanished. Why? Because they were not able to make up projections for 1 year and then 3 year and then 5 year. How much money is required, till how much time it will remain invested in the business, when I will sell, after how much time my money will actually come to me. There will be a profit in the business but no cash flow. When there is no cash flow, then nothing, game is over, game is over. That is why business model is so important.
Wow, this is awesome. This is such a great discussion. Okay, so out of the four things for cash flow management, number one was business model, and that's what we spoke about. That's
Yes.
why business model is important. What's the second thing?
Second one is cash flow model. So if business model has been created, so there need to be a regular monitoring and measurement of how inflow and outflow is going away. Measurement drive behavior. Sometimes it so happens that we business owner and the startup or even the established business owner so passionate and get engaged in getting one thing done, and they forget about the complete cash flow model. Complete cash flow model. So cash flow model means monitoring through inflow and outflow. That must be implemented. You can have a good accounting software applicable in your company, or if there is no accounting software, the same can be maintained on the spreadsheet itself, so that it is able to give you a dashboard. Cash flow model is that model which is able to give you a dashboard that how much money is coming from where and how much money is going where, and what is the amount of money will be required by me in the coming 1 week and 1 month and 1 year. So if that simple cash flow model projection is available to you, that will to say you will be able to take decision based upon the data rather than the gut feeling. Most of the people are doing the business out of the gut feeling. Ki my business model is profitable and okay, I'm doing something great and money will come and I will pay, and the full day they are on the telephone and okay, payment will be made, this, that. Because cash flow model was not there. Suddenly a demand come for the payment of GST or the income tax or the TDS or the challan or something. Oh my God, we need to pay today. Oh, salary outstanding is there. Bonus was to be paid. Gratuity was to be paid. We never have thought of this amount. Suddenly, how can we pay? Oh, loan repayment. There is no dashboard available. I really got surprised. What is this? Without like scoreboard, it is just like Sachin Tendulkar is playing in the cricket match and Vakar Yunis and other players are making a bowling. There is no scoreboard. Playing from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. They are playing, no scoreboard. Without scoreboard, like both are frustrated.
Wow.
So where is the fun? The fun is in the cash flow model. So that is the second aspect that will be created.
That is amazing. And folks, who don't worry if you're overwhelmed, if you're interested to know how to learn the cash flow model, etc., you can go to JSA Online and you can get like tools, tricks, and you can literally have the dashboards available and all that is available. Okay, great. Going to number 3.
Yeah, number 3 is very interesting. The same way interesting. Since we are very popularly and logically able to maintain the cash flow, third aspect is cash reserve. Create cash reserve. Just like I told you in the 4 bank account, there need to be cash reserve. Actually, cash reserve is coming from here. So the third aspect is no matter what, we need to create cash reserve.
Yeah. Sometimes when you create that line that it has to happen, no matter what, only then it happens. But
Yes.
if you don't create that firmness, then it never happens. We always keep it in someday. Someday this will happen. Someday this will happen. Someday, and it never happens until you make a hard line that no, this is a rule and we have to abide by the rule. So I can totally relate to what you're saying.
Let me tell you very, very practical aspect. There is a concept called TDS. TDS is tax deduction at source. When your customer makes a payment to you, as per the law, they deduct certain amount. In India, it is called tax deduction at source. In other countries like US, Canada, it is called withholding tax. So if you are making a payment to a professional, so 10% TDS will be deducted. So if I bill you rupees 1,000, you will pay me 900 only. So now I will manage everything with 900 because I already know, yeah, okay, 100 rupees, 10% has already been deducted by my customer. And when I will file my income tax return, I will get it. I'm okay with that. Same way for the cash reserve, I call it PDS. Profit deducted at source. So if 900 has come to you, you park 10 rupees to your cash reserve, and now you left with 890. So now with 890, the way we were able to manage with 900, I'm sure that we will be able to manage with 890. The moment the amount get visible to the business owner that this much amount is lying in my bank account, business owner immediately vanish it. Give him, give that, and it is zero.
Yeah.
So the cash reserve, this is the science of creating a cash reserve, giving a psychological neuro pattern to your brain.
Wow, I love that. I love that this is not just theoretical, but it's talking about how it actually work. Because we can think all the time that we want to build cash reserve and we can understand it theoretically, but this is how it will actually happen when you have separate accounts and you build that neural pattern, as you said. Awesome. PDS, profit deducted at source. Then we come to the fourth and the final thing in the cash flow management. So we have the business model. Business has to be profitable. We have the cash flow model. That cash flow, it should be positive. And then we have the
Cash reserve.
Cash reserve that we spoke about. And we already know how to build cash reserve through the 4AS system, for the 4 account system. And lastly
is for your personal life. 3 are for business and 4th is your personal. This is called 6 jar system. Out of the 6 jar, 1 jar I have already explained to you. That is financial freedom account.
Yes.
having a separate saving account and having a financial freedom account, I have already explained. Apart from that, there are five another jar. One of the jar is a necessity account. 55% of the total money that I'm making in a month must be transferred to necessity account to buy any like food, grocery, rental, all the aspect. See, 5% of the amount I should keep for giving as a charity.
That's so nice.
The kind of satisfaction it gives to your heart is unbelievable. See, your financial freedom account is giving peace of mind in the area of money to your brain and charity to your heart. And both are in now in sync. You are happy. You are happy.
Wow, this is amazing. It's considering human emotion, right? When you give charity, you feel nice in your heart. The
Yes.
financial reserve gives you peace of mind in your brain. That's what this is about. That's what money management is about. It's not
Yes.
just about going around it just for no purpose. But yeah,
Yes.
this is awesome.
Money is the reflection of our relationship with it. So when we're giving, we are in love with the money. Our heart, mind are in love with money. It get attracted, just like a girlfriend or a boyfriend. So it is just having a similar relationship that way.
Yeah.
Now, we need to keep 10% of the money for long-term saving for spending. See what happened? You need to buy some furniture or you want to go for a travel. You need to spend some amount on the education of your children. So there should be a separate area, 10% for long-term saving for spending, so that you don't have to break your financial freedom account again and again, because 10% is going to long-term saving for spending. And now it's time to give something to you. Play account. Play account, like there is no question asked. No question asked. This 10% of your money you can spend anywhere. You want to have a massage, you want to have a very amazing shirt or a trouser, or you want to go for a luxury vacation. And if your play account has that money, spend that. People think that the rich people have lots of money and they can spend anything. No, rich people have earmarked a certain percentage of their regular aspect into the play account and play with the play. They never play with the financial freedom. They never play with the necessity. While necessity account, they negotiate like anything. They negotiate like one single dollar or a rupees, anything. But when it comes to the play account, going to the five-star hotel without looking at the rate, you are able to make a payment from the play account.
This is amazing. Wow. Okay. This six jar system for personal finance mastery. One is necessity account. So you're saying about 55% should go to necessary account.
Yes, 55%. Yes.
Then we come to 5% donation or charity. So that's 60% of your money gone.
Right.
Then the third jar is
Play account.
play account. Okay. So 10% to play, enjoy life. This is the money that you enjoy life with, do things without asking questions. So that's 70% of your money in three jars. Then we have the fourth jar,
Long-term saving for spending.
long-term saving for spending. So this is like if you want to buy a home in the future, if you want to, maybe not a home, but if you want to spend, basically buy furniture, you want to get your children educated, all these things will go in the long-term saving, right?
Yes.
Great. So that's again 10%. So that's 80% money gone.
Yes.
Then we have two jars left with 20%.
Yes. Yeah. One is the education.
Okay.
10% for education.
Okay. Education account is a separate account.
Education is not like a school education or a college education. This is your own education. The more the money you spend on the training and development and the education, it is like something which sharpen your skill. The more we spend on education by sharpening the skill and the personality development, naturally, automatically, the money get manifested in a multiply way in your life. Like you are doing the course of Tony Robbins or the mentor like that. Today, these days, online things are available, and you are consistently improving your communication skills and technical stuff for whichever the way. So that is the education account. So I remember that I'm spending since the age of 21, like Robert Kiyosaki and Tony Robbins, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then Bear Singer, and then uh, Art of Living, including Art of Living and the Landmark Education, and like Business Mastery, Tech Mastery, Cash Flow Mastery. Like there are so many aspects which are there. The more I'm learning, the more income curve is getting increased, the wider my financial freedom account is becoming. So that is the area of education.
Education or upskilling. I think most people, the biggest mistake they make is after school or college, they're done. They forget to work on their own skills. But
Yes.
this is education and upskilling yourself as time goes. And you're suggesting a whole separate 10% account towards upskilling yourself.
Yes.
Wow.
And because 55% initially was for the necessity, and then 5% was for charity, it becomes 60%, and now remaining 40% in the four bank account I told you. One is the financial freedom account, one is the education account, one is the long-term saving for spending, and one is the play account. So this makes the 100% of your regular inflow.
Wow. 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 And this is a 6 jar system.
Yes.
This was awesome, Jagmohanji. I think we had a very deep, and a lot of takeaways from this conversation. To summarize it, cash flow framework. We
Yes.
talked about 4 things. We talked about business model. If you're an
Yes.
entrepreneur, business model has to be good. Then
Yeah.
we talked about cash flow model. Cash flow model has to be spot on. Then we
Right.
talked about cash reserve, and we spoke about how to build cash reserve through the 4 banking account system.
Yeah.
And then we spoke about
6 jars.
jar personal finance mastery system. And in the 6 jars, we went in depth about the 6 jars. And one of the most important jars is the personal financial freedom jar, where you
Yeah.
save personally for your financial freedom.
Yes.
Wow. That was a deep episode. That was a lot to take in, but also very insightful for somebody who's not into finance. How can they start financial mastery?
Okay.
Amazing.
That's
Yes,
see,
Jagmohanji, tell me to wrap it
yeah.
up.
Basically, first of all, it start with the mindset. It start with the mindset. So I would say that I generally see people like doing argument. Money is important. Money is not important. Money is not that important. Money is not everything. Money is everything. So there is a fight around that, and the mind is totally confused around this conversation. My point here is for everyone is that let's give a clear guidelines to our mind and put it into the space of happiness. That is, money is important, just like love is important, health is important, relationship is important, money is important, eyes are important, hands are important, legs are important. We cannot say that eyes are important but that not that important the way the hands are important. So I want everybody to just give a clear signal to the mind that money is important as any other aspect of the life.
Nice.
The moment this relationship get transformed with the money, starting with a very small saving of 500 a month or 5,000 or 50,000 or whatever, that habit, if get develops with a cushion of 6 months, is a game changer. Rest, now you don't have to do anything. This money will automatically get it done from you. You are done. It is a matter of first 6 months only.
Wow. That is awesome. Jagmohanji, what a great episode, what a great insight. And people can literally start this from today after hearing this, because it's so implementable and so practical. Of course, there are technical things. If people run into, y'all can reach out to us. Let us know. We'll be happy to help. But
Yeah,
this is
sure.
awesome. Thank you so much, Jagmohanji. Thank you for sharing all your insights
Thank you.
together, packed in such a solid way on
Thank you.
this episode.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Naren, for having me. Thank you.